This is the New Eden update for Wednesday, March 9th, 2016. I'm Wiggles, and here is a roundup of a few stories from around New Eden. Today we start with a post over at themitani.com about Project Discovery that was added into EVE Online today with the March update. Quote, the Project Discovery module is easy to find. Just click on your Neocom in the left and select Business. At the bottom you'll find Project Discovery, which has a DNA helix symbol. You can drag this into your main bar if you click by clicking and dragging it to the left. I find this helpful for planetary interaction and now Project Discovery, so I don't need to go digging through the Neocom. Getting into the minigame is easy. Project Discovery is almost like a basic card matching game. Think of it as a cellular mohong, but with 30 choices to be any to any sample. On the left you have the foreign cell sample, which is always stained blue for the nucleus and red for the presumed cytoskeleton, probably against the protein known as a tubulin and a component of the cell cytoskeleton. I'm saying these words are really bad because they're technical words and I'm not that technical, but anyway, science. And the green is always the experimental protein staining. Putting your mouse over the image provides a really nice retrospective zoom feature. On the right side you have the option, and oh boy man, you get some options. What we have here is a pretty cool little cell simulator. The rewards seem worth it, although with the release delayed, which it now is not delayed because this article was put out earlier on, it's now out, I'm not sure how long it will take to acquire enough AK to get some boosters, a lab coat or some battle armour. You get to learn to see different ways that proteins can localise within the cells cultured. And hopefully Project Discovery opens up some doors and minds for people not only interested in this line of work, but people who are also just curious at what we are made up of. And we're all just cells and stardust anyway, right? Well, I know I'm chocolate, water, and soup. Yay, soup. Next we go to EVE News 24 for a post about test pulling out of Wicked Creek. Test Alliance Please Ignore had declared their intention to pull out of Wicked Creek. Meanwhile, the Red Menace Coalition has begun taking SOV from the debilitated RUCA Emperor in period basis, effectively abandoning their ancestral home of Innsmother for the time being. This is a surprise move, as Red Alliance has historically always held sovereignty in Innsmother and Detroit since EVE Online was in its early stage of SOV mechanics in 2007. Test departing from the region is a bit less surprising since the Alliance has recovered drastically since their days in Brave and after the Fountain War. The shake-up in the east began on Saturday, with RUCA Emperor losing several small corps over the course of the last week, and it escalated with when a corp with 262 members, DNS Requiem, departed the Alliance. Almost as this occurred, Red Menace Coalition stepped in, and from the time of writing has taken 22 systems. This could be seen as quite the opportune moment for Red Menace to set up shop in some SOV where a hefty amount of resistance from the locals. This also puts them into close proximity to Quirius, where there have been fights aplenty for the past several months since the new content ring was established. Red Menace Coalition thus far has declined to comment on their new deployment. Meanwhile, Test Alliance has announced his departure from Wicked Creek. An anonymous source said from within the Alliance on Tuesday that, quote, the official word is that Test is in his next stepping stone. In the words of Sapporo Jones, Wicked Creek was never meant to be a permanent home. We are in our next phase as an alliance and a coalition, end quote. Speculation then arises where the Alliance may turn to for the level of content of an alliance the size of Test, that they could prosper. Quirius, being the home to much small newbie alliances, would not likely pose a large challenge, and the most obvious direction would be to be going toward the Fade region, possibly to take part in the conflict between Panfarm and NC versus the Imperium. Whether the 4,600 strong alliance goes there will be a drastic change for that region. The question remains as to what is to be done with the abandoned systems in Wicked Creek and Detroit. Stainwagon and Guardians of the Galaxy have made pushes into the region before, but now, with the SOV more or less up for grabs, they could find themselves in a war with the Drone Region Federation and possibly triumphant. In our last post today, we go over to Crossing Zebras and is promoting the upcoming 72-hour charity stream. From Friday morning to Sunday evening, 13 of Eve's finest streamer will be getting together to raise and do a I'll start that again. From Friday morning to Sunday evening, 13 of Eve's finest streamers will be getting together to do a continuous 72-hour stream. The reason? To support and raise awareness for two great causes, Spam for Heal and Care for Kids. Spam for Heals is a group that supports Broadcast Reps and The Best of Us, two of Eve's organisations that raise awareness and provide resources for suicide prevention to gamers and veterans alike. Out of game funds will go directly to Spam for Heals. Care for Kids is an Eve foundation created to help children and their families while they are attending hospitals. All in-game funds will go directly to this great cause. Eve's first ever continuously 72-hour stream will be hosted by Eve's finest streamers, featuring a wide variety of content including solo PvP, NPSI fleets, AMAs, Q&As, PvEs and exploration, and also BBFQ, WTF, WTF barbecue. Yeah, loads of acronyms there. There will be something for everyone. That last bit I added myself, the barbecue bit. The stream starts at midnight GMT Friday or Thursday evening for the Americans and Friday afternoon for the Australian time zone people. And I say people, it says brethren, but I wanted to say people. And ends at 23:59 on Sunday GMT. When the stream goes live, you can check it out here, which is twitch.tv/spam4 and heals. Feel free to join in the in-game channel, which is Eveathon, Eveathon, all one word. For more information about the event and keep up with the shenanigans on Twitter with the hashtag Eveathon. Elsewhere in Eve-related content, new blog posts are out today from Wilhelm Octurus and Talvar and Dex, but nothing new on the podcast front. Strange. Plex prices in the Forge region today are registering an average traded price of 1,157,000,000 so far, which is down from yesterday's closing average of 1,158,000,000. The top buy order in Jita right now is 1,153, and sell orders are starting at 1,163,000,000. Extractors, skill extractors even, are trading at 269,000,000 ISK, up from yesterday's closing average of 268, just by a fraction. Buy orders for those are starting at 263, and sell orders are starting at 268. Skill injectors are trading at 619,000,000 ISK, which is down from yesterday's average of 623. Buy orders for those are starting at 616, and sell orders are starting at 626. Thank you to everyone who's chosen to support this show on Patreon, because they feel they get a little bit of value out of it and they wanted to give a bit back. Now I understand not everyone can do that, because not everyone is raining in ones and dollars and like making it rain with all the dollar bills and all that stuff. If you have some spare money and you feel like you can go to patreon.com/wiggles to find out how to support this show. I know, as I said, not everyone can. Best thing you can do, tell your friends, your court mates and your alliance mates about the show. Let them know we're here. That's the best way to do it. But you can find out all the ways at newedenupdate.com/support. And as you can tell, we're live. We're live on Twitch and YouTube before we put it up as a podcast later. So if you have any comments, feedback, concerns, whatever you want, let me know. You can do that by emailing me, which is feedback@newedenupdate.com. You can leave comments in the show blog if you want, which is at newedenupdate.com. You'll see each individual show there. Or you can send us a tweet at newedenupdate. I also encourage you to check out all the latest headlines, podcasts, blog posts, and all that other information that you can find on totaleve.com. This has been the New Eden Update for today, which is Wednesday, the 9th of March. I'm Wiggles, you're you, and thank you for listening.